You are listening to Wealthy Muslim Woman Podcast, episode number 36 with Saima Ali, MD. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everybody's doing wonderful, and I hope you enjoyed last week's podcast. This week, I wanted to continue speaking about time, but I've been getting so many questions about the market due to coronavirus, if the markets are going to crash and if the world is going to end. So I thought it was a good idea to discuss what the strategy might be during this type of times, because this is not the first time that this happened, and this is not the only time that something like this will happen. It'll happen again, and we want to be prepared emotionally and knowledge-wise to be able to make the right decisions. Firstly, speaking about coronavirus, up till now there have been around 10 deaths in the US and a couple of cases in New York now, I believe over 6, and it seems like it's spreading more. Saudi has suspended all the Umrah admissions because of the coronavirus scare. But the best thing to do to protect ourselves is really to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds with soap. Washing your hands is much better than using disinfectants, but also use disinfectants on the surfaces if you are traveling in a bus or if you are traveling somewhere or using outdoor carts, then using disinfectants and avoiding touching your face, your eyes, your nose when you are in contact with other people. So coming home and making sure that you wash your hands. And also the flu is still going around. Remember to vaccinate yourself with the vaccines that are available, especially for flu at the beginning of the season. Flu is still killing more people than the coronavirus. And also it seems like the N95 masks do prevent the droplets, but we should not be buying them and storing them because there may be less masks for the healthcare workers out there. So ultimately, the best way to protect ourselves is by washing our hands. And of course, if you get sick, if you get significantly sick, then stay at home. Do not go into work. Do not go into schools to protect other people. Also, it seems like the virus is not affecting young kids and adults as much as elderly. They really don't know why the virus is sparing, especially children. And this has been seen with other viruses like the SARS. But that could be a good news. However, you need to protect the elderly and especially immunocompromised individuals. Anyways, let's talk about the stock market or other financial markets in this type of time. I've been getting a lot of questions. Should we withdraw everything, take out money from their retirement accounts and investment accounts and put it on the side because the market will go down and we don't want to lose our money? And this brings into mind one of John Bogle's teaching that he got very early in his career. There's a video on YouTube, and he says right when he got out of Princeton and he was working at a financial institution, one of his seniors told him that, let me tell you everything that you need to know about managing funds or about the market. And what that is that nobody knows nothing. This is the wisdom that all the smart, intelligent investors teach, that we do not know which way market will go in any scenario. We try to predict based on what has happened in the past, and sometimes it behaves as it did in the past. Other times it really does not, and it may go up or down. So the market fluctuates. It goes up and it goes down, and we cannot time the market. we cannot know when a recession is coming. We cannot know when the bull market is coming or the bear market, and the market just behaves as it does. So the best thing to do, the best strategies that these intelligent investors teach is to invest for the long term and invest on a regular basis. So instead of waiting for the downturn of the market to come or waiting for the top of the market to come, just invest as you have money. So every month, if you have $100, couple of hundreds, couple of $1,000, then put that in the market and just let it be. So the best way to invest is actually the mutual funds, which you can buy the type 500 companies if you follow the S&P 500 index fund, or the whole stock market if you buy a mutual fund that follows pretty much all the stocks in the US or the top international stock companies, and let your money ride out the situation that it's going to go through. There are a couple of different terms that are used when starting to invest. It's important to understand these differences. The difference between investing, the difference between investing and speculating, and the difference between investing, speculating, and gambling. So gambling, which is haram in Islam, that's when you wage your money in an event where the outcome is very uncertain and there's high risk of failure, and you may have hopes of making big gains. The thought behind gambling is usually having fun. You are not trying to build wealth. You can lose all the money you have. So this is betting on horse races, betting in the casinos, any of that. Your winning is dependent on luck. There's no math to it. There's no rationale to it. You may win big, but most of the time you will lose, and you will most likely lose in the long run. You will not win every single time, or you will not win most of the time. And the goal is not to make money, but the goal is just having fun. So this is what gambling is. And gambling is something that's considered haram again. And speculating is when you calculate risk, but you are uncertain of what the outcome will be. There's still a significant risk involved, but there is an expectation of a gain. The idea behind speculating is that you are looking to build wealth, and it is also for long term. There's moderate risk involved. You may or may not lose your money. There's some risk, but not as worst as gambling. Investing is for the long run, and investing is basically committing your money with expectation of getting income. There's a reasonable expectation that you will have profit. Can you lose money with investing? Yes, of course. Investing is like if you want to start your own business, you want to go and open up a store. So any store, let's say you want to open up a deli, a 7-Eleven, any kind of store, then you have to look at the location. You have to make sure that you have the right population that you are serving, and you have the inventory, and you have the money that you need to start that business. Now, even with all the calculations that you make, you may still lose money, the business may still fail, but you have an expectation that this is a business and you will be making money. So when it comes to the stock market, it's pretty much the same. you are buying a business, you are buying a company that you believe in, that you believe is going to do good. So for example, let's just take Google. Google these days is everywhere. Everybody basically uses Google for any type of research. Google has the Gmail, which basically everybody's using, and YouTube, which everybody's on. So you think Google is a good company and you want to buy Google, and that would be considered investing. And you have a good expectation that you will make money by investing in Google. Now, yes, you may lose that money. Something could happen tomorrow and Google could go down, but you had a different expectation where there is a likely outcome that Google will continue to do well and it'll flourish and you will make a profit. So there is a significant difference between investing, speculating, and gambling. And it's very important to understand all these differences because it helps with our emotions in the long run. So in the long run, any of these businesses will go up and they'll go down. However, if you look at the S&P 500 index fund over the last 75 years, even more, over time, it has gone up. So over time, your money will grow by investing and you will get wealthier and richer by having invested your money in top companies. And that is what we need to keep in mind when things like this happen, that most likely our money will be fine. Yes, in the short term, you may see a decrease in your money. So again, you have not lost the money until you sell that stock or you sell that mutual fund or ETF. Until you sell it, you actually have not lost money. The times you lose money is if you buy high and sell low. If you are not selling when the market is low, then you're not really losing. The market may take a couple of months to return. It may take a year. It may take 2 years. But over time, as we've seen in the past, is that the market will go up and the mutual funds will return, and overall it will return. And the market will go up and you have the chance of selling later, or especially if you have long time for retirement, then the best thing to do is just keep putting the money in when you have it and forget it. Because especially if you have 5, 10, 20 years till retirement, there will be many more dips and there will be many more highs. And overall, the expectation is that the highs will be more than the lows and your money will grow. So it's if you are close to retirement within a year, within a couple of months, then definitely you need to look at it separate where if you're going to need the money right away. But if you can leave the money in the market, that's the best thing to do in these cases. Of course, the best thing to do is to buy when market is this low. So if you have any money saved, I would personally buy. That's what I'm trying to do right now, investing in the S&P 500 index fund or mutual funds. And yeah, if you are concerned about being in the stock market, then there are other forms of investing. So real estate, if you are okay with managing renters, leasing properties, you may have to evict people. There's a lot of things involved with owning real estate as well, but that's another option of investing your money or having different streams of income. And other than that, of course, if you have other experiences, investing in yourself, any education that you could get, becoming a better communicator, that is one of the best gifts that you could give to yourself. And that's it. I had about this much to say about this possible downturn in the market. By the end of February, we had about 10% drop, and it may go down. It may not go down further, but do not panic. Do not panic about the market, and do not panic about the coronavirus. Inshallah, everything will be as it's supposed to be. We cannot change it. We try to make the best decisions that we can in the time that we are living in. And other than that, everything else is in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's hands. We cannot ultimately change the world or change the future, but we do our best. We make the best decisions and try to do the best for ourselves and for our neighbors and for our families. And that's the best that we can do. So at the end of the day, just do your best and forgive yourself for any shortcomings. And yeah, that's about it. All right. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.